Hey guys, welcome back to Globetrotter Gaming. Today we're moving on to part 5 of my gameplay of Suzerain. Let's get going. So in the last part, I met with my media team and got a call from this guy who owns or he's kind of taken over this big conglomerate from his dad that owns a bunch of media, and seems like he wants to try to get some sort of influence. But I also did pledge to have a free media, so kind of a lot of contrast and sounds like a lot of shady characters, but the mindset I said I wanted to take was that if this guy, was going to have a positive contribution, then great, but it seems like this guy's probably going to be doing some shady business. So we'll see, maybe try to be friendly, but not get too close to this guy. And last that left off is I got invited to meet with him at some point at, his mansion or something. So first, let's just see what we have going on in Whole Sword here. Report on the party committee. Potential change to the Constitution in the direction of the reformists will likely result in strong opposition from the National Front Party. Who are they again? Nationalist Ultra-Conservative Party. They're the second biggest opposition party, led by Kasaro Kiebner, or Kibener. Okay, anyway, so that doesn't really seem like it gets much. And fire investigation. So yeah, there was a fire at the National University, and they think it might be foreign sabotage or something, but seems like it didn't destroy too much, but either way. Or it destroyed it, but there were backups, so, either way, not too bad, but, potentially there might be foreign stuff. Let's go with this here with the Campaign Finance Bill. Selectoral Campaign Finance Bill. Section 1 of this bill stipulates a significant change in the methodology of public funds. The new measure replaces the previous system based on the number of votes won, with the system relying on the proportion of seats secured by the political party in the Assembly. The annual financial allocation of political parties at 50,000 Ren per each member of Assembly. This shift ensures the financial support more closely aligns with the party's representatives. Section 2, a consequential effect of these amendments will effectively lead to a substantial increase in the election budget for the USP and a minor augmentation for other parties present. More proportional, and highlights an important consequence of the reallocation. Parties that do not meet 10% election threshold will see their public funding effectively curtailed. You know what? I'm gonna veto this, because I don't want, even though it might help it helped my guy's standing to have the money go towards his party. I think it could lead to growth of more, factions and everything, and overall it seems like it's more corrupt there. So I'm gonna veto it here. Just because overall, probably won't get very favorable responses there, but I'm trying to keep my guy as independent as he can, even if he is aligned with the USP. Alright, I see something up here, so Lockhaven. Invest in mega infrastructure. A decision to invest in one of two planned mega infrastructure projects. Hey, now we can actually move on to some of the decision things versus just a bunch of conversations like we had before. So let's do here. The Ministry of Economy has put forward two bold plans for mega infrastructure projects that would help with the economic recession. Investing in a project at this scale will take up some portion of our budget, but could prove worthwhile. Yeah, I'm going to do that, because that's the big thing, is we need to start building up things, and that's going to help that. So it drops one government budget, but it's going to, seems like, have some good effects there. So stat decrease, government budget. Oh, I notice up here this goes to 7. It was at 8 before, so that seems like the better approach there. Now, what else do we have in Lockhaven? Discussion of the potential infrastructure projects at the Blue Mansion and Lockhaven. Alright, well, let's see what the options are. So the view towards the Marquesian Sea from Lockhaven was nothing short of exquisite. The seaside state residence, fittingly named the Blue Mansion, was large, fine, and accommodating. These descriptions are very, very interesting there. Oh, these are the 3 economics people again. This Lilius one, she's just such a buzzkill with everything, but she's also posed everything I've been saying, so that's probably why I don't really like her. But enjoying the luxurious mansion wasn't the main reason. We gathered the economic team to discuss the new investment project. I didn't even have a chance to have my usual afternoon coffee. I let my mind drift for a couple seconds, and Simon's voice brought me back to the ongoing discussion. Mr. President, we need to focus on boosting the economy as quickly as possible. One of the fastest ways to achieve this is through infrastructure projects. Exactly why I agreed to this. So I'm going to say agreed. On the one hand, businessmen are complaining about the slow logistical rail network between Whole Sword and Lockhaven. Lily started talking. Yeah, Lilius keeps, getting in arguments with them. On the other hand, citizens are criticizing the lack of a proper highway connection between Lockhaven and Arvery. The narrow road by the seaside are not only dangerous, but also difficult to traverse. We need to hit the calls of our businesses in these days of recession. We need to pick up the most profitable option. The citizens and their demands matter the most. I'm gonna say citizens and their demands. Their demands are just. The dire situation of the road infrastructure can't be neglected. But the return on investment will be low. Our concern should be economic growth. It's not business people who are suffering now, but ordinary folk. I'm gonna have to go with Gus on this, because I feel like if we can promote the business, then hopefully that can promote economic growth and get more jobs and everything. So I'm gonna have to go with Gus on this. Or remember that, it's your first economic act accomplished something tangible. We must improve the economy of the nation. We must prove our capabilities. I'm gonna say the economy of the nation. To that point, I define two important projects for your attention. The H3 Highway Project and the L1 High-Speed Railway Project. Mr. Hull repositioned himself. The Ministry can only support one project at a time with our current capacity. Let's move on to the details of each. I'm leaning towards this highway project because I just feel like that's much easier to have transportation if you have a highway there, because you can do like a variation of, you know, buses, cars, trucks, and everything, versus the high-speed railway I think would be great, but it also limits what you can do on that. So which one do you want to hear about first? Let's move on to the highway project first. Aims to improve the abysmal state of the road network in the Agnon region, I don't even know how to say that, bordering Agnolia. The area is home to several million Agnos, Sordish, and Sordish citizens who currently feel neglected. There are no proper highway connections to and from Agnoland. The mayor of Arvery, Eric Neal, has been asking for a bigger budget to develop the regional infrastructure. He told us that even trucks are having a hard time traveling. The increased traffic is causing trouble for people commuting in and out of the region. We can't leave the request of Eric Neal, a party member, unanswered. It must be cumbersome. I agree, this could also hurt the local businesses. Yeah, I'm gonna say that. It is, bless their souls. I'm happy we're thinking alike. Oh, Lilius actually isn't being a buzzkill here. Let's take a more detailed look at the upgrade proposal. Let's look at the map. Lilius is pointing at Lockhaven. The H3 highway route starts here in Lockhaven. Oh, this is kind of cool. It's got it on the map here. It took me a second to get that. And from there, it leads to Lenkerg. And all the way to Arvery. I think Arvery, if I remember when I was first messing with the map on part 2, they have like a really powerful mayor that we want to be on the side with. As a result, the road network towards the Agnolian capital, Stalport, will also improve sustainably. Is Agnolia friendly or not? Let's see. Parliamentary Republic and Mercopa. They're centrist. I guess I'll find that out in a bit, because it says whether or not they're friendly or not. But she paused and I leaned forward and leaned forward in her chair. As mayor, I saw the central government continuously neglect our country's Agno-Sordish-dominated regions. Is this administration going to continue that kind of negligence? Even though I've kind of a strict immigration stance, the way it was from, I think, part 1, the fact they're now citizens, even if they're, like, you know, ethnically whatever it was, Agnolias, I still think we need to benefit that. We should no longer neglect a key region for our trade with Agnolia. Our Agno-Sordish citizens should be respected. It makes a little sense to... Yeah, I'm going to say neglect a key region, because I want to try to promote outside investment, too. Sure, but most goods flow to Lockhaven and Hallsword, which means we should give more importance to logistics there. It has to be pointed out, the highway would be less beneficial in the short term, but long term, though. It'll increase the speed of the transportation. This is rare, even though I've been talking against her. I think Lilius is the voice of reason in this regard. So our citizens will be quite pleased if we successfully accomplish this. Besides, if we enter trade talks, they will see the investments as a positive sign. Very interesting. I want to hear about the railway project. I might as well just hear it. Your predecessor, Alfonso, failed to deliver on this campaign promise, but now we have the opportunity to start the construction of a groundbreaking railway. Our current trains cannot meet the standards of today, as many other countries adopt new electric engine technology. News about the electric trains in United Cantana has piqued our business interest. They too want to transport resources from Hullsword to Lockhaven with great speed and efficiency. Agree, the superpowers have led the way. This could also empower businesses and bring investments. The major cities of Sordland need more infrastructure to support their populations, and I'm not fully convinced yet. I would say that there if I'm looking at it, but Since I can't choose between both of them, I'm just going to probably stick with the highway. This should be our priority: growth and development optimization. Our plan is to upgrade the old L1 line from Hull Sword to Lockhaven. It will transform into a high-speed railway. Alright, let's see what we have here. So here's Hull Sword, and then that's the capital. From there we'll go to Enrica. And then to Gelsword, which is there. And then Lockhaven, which is the economic powerhouse. The L1 will significantly boost the economies of the newly linked cities, even the rural areas. Lockhaven is our primary port, so the goods unloaded there will be transported to Hull Sword much faster. Yes, I believe it would. It would benefit Swordish businesses. Yep, same thing I said with the highway. For the wealthy and middle-class citizens of these regions, but not for the poor deers who wouldn't be able to afford the increased ticket prices. The mayor of Enrica, Curtin Lest, also requested this project be prioritized. That's kind of what I mentioned, is like, I feel like I'm still leaning towards the highway. I feel like that's going to help a lot of outside investment, and then, you know, hopefully down the road we can then build this railway here. Businessmen of the region will be very content, which in turn will increase investments. Therefore, I would recommend the L1 high-speed rail project. I've settled on the decision. What will your final choice be? The H3 highway. I like both of them. I think they both have good points, but I'm going to go with the highway, because I think it's going to help the poorer regions. That's going to hopefully help build them up, and then in turn build the whole country. Thank God, I knew you would see reason. Mark this, I don't really side with Lilius based on our previous conversations, but it seems like the best approach there. So, the negotiations will begin in the middle of the year. You will be able to award the contract. Cool. Construction will be completed in 2 years if every step is executed successfully. Thank you for your contributions and thoughts. See you soon, Mr. Rayne. Shouldn't be President Rayne. I'm gonna have to correct you there, Lilius. Have a nice day, Mr. President. Everyone's settled on the beautiful coastline of Lockhaven. All right, so yeah, that ends the next step of our country's development there. So yeah, thank you guys very much for watching, and stay tuned for part 6.